So Liverpool lead at half-time and thoroughly merited.
Yeah, better team, better they play, better chances. Finland could have finished it off. We spoke at the start of the programme about the strikers and defences, but it's the middle of the park where United have been decidedly lightweight. You cannot play if you've not got the ball. And when Liverpool have got it, they've got time and space to bring it down the middle of the park and play. Obviously, Gerrard's been tremendously influential, but when Manchester United have got it, Liverpool players are in so quickly in each individual that they haven't any time to get it down and play. Therefore, Van Nistelrooy and Rooney haven't been in. In fact, the two of them were spotted in the right back position defending. That tells its own story.
Yeah, you can have the best strikers in the world, Pally, but if they don't get the ball, they can't do anything.
Right, yeah.
They have been dominated in that midfield area.
Yeah, without a shadow. I mean, I said about Gerrard, he's been fantastic again. He's pulled all the strings. When they haven't got the ball, every Liverpool player's been snapping at the heels of Manchester United players. They haven't got the quality in there to get the ball down and feed Van Nistelrooy and Rooney.
Ian, Liverpool have been impressive.
They have been impressive, and they've been right about them. And you'd expect them to be like that, being at Anfield and being their home game against Man United. But I would have thought that maybe Ronaldo might have got on the ball a bit more, tried to commit his defender a bit more, tried to get the ball into the Van Nistelrooys and the Rooneys, but it looks like at the moment it's quite a frustrating game for the front men for Man United. I'd be gutted if I was a Man United fan.
The middle two for Manchester United, Giggs and Richardson. Ryan Giggs is a brilliant player going forward, but playing him in a sort of holding role where he's got to put his foot in. We saw the tackle on Harry Kewell.
That was a
crazy, absolutely crazy. But even in the middle of the park, when the Liverpool players are getting it, the tackles aren't there.
Why do you think Alex Ferguson has gone for two players who generally play wide on the left in the centre there? Why do you think he's done that?
I have no idea. But I mean, you've got Alan Smith there on the bench. You would have thought this game would have been ideal for him. He's not played up front for a while. He's got the tenacity to get around the Liverpool players. You would have thought he went with him today.
I think he might come on.
He'll come on. I would imagine he'll replace one of the.
Okay. Well, when the goal eventually came, of course, there was something just before that Kewell header that was brilliantly saved by Van der Sar.
Well, everything about it was good. The delivery was great. The header was great, and the save was great. Brilliant piece of football. Great delivery. Difficult to defend against. A little bit of movement for Kewell. Brilliant header, and that is a fantastic save.
And from the ensuing corner, led to the goal.
Yeah, you would have think that they thought they'd learnt the lesson. It's a short corner again. It's a terrific whip in.
It's a great ball. As long as
but the marking,
he's a quite good in the air.
And it's a terrific header from Crouch as well.
But you go back to the corner. They've left 2 against 1 there. Gerrard just plays it defending again. Decent delivery, but you've got to do more to defend against that.
Crouching header, Ian.
It was a crouching header. Like I say, he seems to be so good as long as he doesn't have to jump. That was a fantastic. He lost his defender really well there, and the goalkeeper was unlucky. He got a fingertip to that as well, Van der Sar.
You talked to him about the Giggs foul. It was a crazy one on the edge of the box. It was very close to the edge of the box. Do you think it was?
I think it was a penalty. If you look at it, he does take. I think he brings him down in the box. If you watch it, you see it. Look.
It starts in the box. It's
I think
right,
it's just
very close.
It's right. Look where the ball is. It just seems like what's he doing? Why would he want to challenge him like this? What's Harry done to everybody? It's in the box, isn't it?
So it's inside the box.
I know he's got the ponytail thing going on and everything.
This could have finished it off.
This is finished, free on the back.
Against a man, I think it's Ronaldo at the far post. He's not
even picking him up.
There's nobody even picking him up there. I mean, it's a great pick out from Gerrard, but we've got to be looking at the defence there, and questions have got to be asked.
Great spot.
They set the stall out very early on, Liverpool, about the way they were going to go about this game, and of all people, it was Harry Kewell on Gary Neville, who he's not known for his tackling.
I cannot believe that Kewell wasn't booked for this. This is just, it's out and out assault. This is. Comes across, Neville's going to play it down the line, and he's just bumped into him.
Is that one for the crowd?
I think he might have been wound up for that one, yeah.
Look at it. It's like he's going to look. You'd think you might as well clatter him if you're going to clatter him. What is that? Silly. Well, I suppose it's one way of getting the fans on your side.
I think to be fair to Gary Neville, it does well because he gets right up and gets on it. Kewell's decent ball into the box here. Whereas Brown, that could have gone anywhere.
So Gary's been a little bit on edge. He's giving the ball away a lot, and Harry Kewell's frightening him with his strength and pace and all that stuff. I think not, but I just want Gary Neville to just concentrate on what he's doing, man, because You know what I mean? If he loses his concentration, it could be problems for him.
He's experienced enough not to do that. Gary, we haven't seen too much of Van Nistelrooy and Rooney, and what we've seen really has been backtracking and tackling back in positions that you wouldn't want to see them necessarily.
No, exactly. I mean, the midfield and the back line will probably be happy with them helping out, but you want to see them further up the park. They've got goals in them. Well,
I don't know if it was at his ankle or his knee. It looks quite.
I think there's a little.
That looks like his knee. Like he might have tweaked his interior ligament there. Thank you.
This is a great ball from Gerrard, but who's defending here?
Rude.
Can't be Rude. Can't be.
Yeah.
It must be, because look how bad the challenge was. But it's a
That's one of my.
What's he doing there?
Tackles.
What's he doing there? You have to wonder. They're going to get more frustrated as a forward. You do that. You come back and you tackle like that. It's because you've
got to make changes.
I suppose if United are going to do anything in the second half, you suspect it will come from Rooney, and he's always a threat if he gets the ball. And there was one example which eventually led to Van Nistelrooy being offside. But
even when he's not having the best of matches, he's not seen the ball, you're always expecting something different, something extra. Chips it in there, goes for the next one. He's got the strength and he's got the aggression.
He just doesn't give up, does he?
No, he just keeps
going. Chases it down all over the patch. But the way Liverpool have been most of the afternoon.
It's a great flick, but...
Well, I think that the Liverpool defence is really good there. That line is just about perfect. And on the edge of the box, 4 of them in a line. And they've been impressive. Liverpool, straight line. Liverpool defensively have been really impressive as well.
They certainly have. Now let's pause just for a moment to look ahead to the 5th round tie between Newcastle and Southampton. A last chance for Alan Shearer to win a trophy before he hangs up his boots in the summer. The Geordie great has been talking to Ray Stubbs.
There's such an affinity up here with the FA Cup. The fans love it for obvious reasons. And it is our only chance of silverware this year. So to a certain extent, this game is our season, if you like.
Whenever you come up here, you do feel the intensity of the FA Cup and what everyone in the city wants for Newcastle. Over your years here, have you felt that intensity just go up a notch season by season?
Yeah,
when it gets to over 50 years of hurt now.
Every season that goes by without this football club winning something, then the more difficult it's going to become, because, as we know, it's like a striker. The longer he goes without a goal, the more difficult it becomes to get it. And it's exactly the same with trophies. And until we win one, then the constant pressure is going to be on us. But you have to learn to live with that. There's a demand for success up here. There's 52,000 out there every other week demanding success, and if you can't handle that, then you shouldn't really be at this football club.
Is it realistic to say that it's a blockbuster finale to your season and your last competitive game is at Cardiff?
That's fairy tale, but sometimes fairy tales happen in football, don't they? But I've been saying it for the last 9.5 years now. Maybe this is Newcastle's year, so I'm not going to say it again. I'll just get on with it and see what happens, because sometimes, as we all know, football can be such a crazy game, can't it? And a great game.
And sometimes fairy tales happen.
Sometimes they do in football, not very often, but sometimes.
Who knows? And you can see Newcastle take on Southampton later this afternoon, live on BBC One at 5:30. Then tomorrow there's more live FA Cup 5th round action. We've got Aston Villa versus Manchester City, BBC One 6:20. Now, there are 2 other FA Cup ties today. Bolton take on West Ham and Charlton face Brentford. We can hear from Alan Kirbishley. He's with Jonathan Pearce.
Alan, it's about time that Charlton had a really long cut run.
It is, John. You know, I think it's something we've been craving for, and we've got an opportunity today to progress. You know, it's a tough game, Brentford. I've seen them a couple of times, but, you know, we're at home, and, you know, we've got to go and get through it.
Martin Allen's dad played here, Dennis, at Charlton. You'd have played against Martin, so you know what sort of sides he puts out.
Well, I've seen them a couple of times. They're a competent side, and, you know, they're at the top of the league, and that's no fluke. And I think they're looking to go one better than last year, gaining automatic promotion, and they're going the right way about it at the moment.
When you say you've been to see them a couple of times, it includes a very romantic Valentine's evening for your wife.
That's right. She doesn't. I don't take her to many games, but I said, you know, I'm going to take her up the West End Valentine's night, and you know, we'll try and get a meal in. But I didn't tell her we was going to Brentford South End. But she enjoyed it. I think, you know, she doesn't come and watch us here. It's too nerve-wracking, I think. So she likes to watch other games. So I took her to that. I had to go and see Brentford. I'd seen them before. They beat Walsall 5-0, and I wanted to see them again, and you know, just have another look at them.
And no marker spent today, out cup tie. What sort of a problem does that bring for you?
It gives it gives someone else a chance to show me what they can do, and we knew that problem was there when we signed Marcus. So it gives someone an opportunity today to show me what he can do, and I hope he grabs it.
Of the people who could come in, Jay Bothroyd is one. Now, he scored the winner in the last round here. Another nervy cup day that was for Charlton.
Yeah, it was, and we've had a few of those, haven't we? But I don't think it's going to be any different today. Because you're playing teams outside the Premiership or a lower league, if you like, I think a lot of our fans think they shouldn't get near our box or shouldn't have a chance, and shouldn't perhaps play some attractive football, and they're going to get that again today, because Brentford can play.
That's lovely. Thank you, Alan. All the best.
Thank you.
Highlights of all the day's cup ties are on Match of the Day tonight, BBC One at 11:20. And you can keep in touch with all the day's football on our interactive service at the touch of a red button. Score kicks off at 2:30. Here, of course, it's Liverpool 1, Manchester United 0. Liverpool well worth. Yeah. Are we seeing possibly a power shift in football? I mean, we've seen the United and Arsenal dominance over the past couple of decades. Chelsea, of course, now dominant in the league. Could Liverpool be the team to emerge?
They could come into the second position. I don't think they're good enough to challenge Chelsea at the moment. But certainly they could overtake Manchester United. We were saying it after 10 minutes, Pally and I, how well the Manchester United defence were playing. But when you haven't got the ball, they come under pressure. I mean, Gary played in front of the great quartet of Manchester United, and it must have just been like having a cigar every time, that you played behind them. Whereas you play in this Manchester United
it's
team.
the way Pally plays.
Oh well, exactly. But if you play at the back behind this Manchester United team, sooner or later you're going to feel yourself under pressure, and that's when it leads to individual mistakes.
I mean, United are missing the likes. I mean, we've seen over the dominant period. They've had Keane in there, they've had Ince in there, they've had Brian Robson at the start of it. United lack that midfield player, and I'm sure it's Alex Ferguson will be working as hard as he possibly can over the next months to find a player who can.
But even wide, even Beckham and Giggs and
yeah, I mean, work rate was tremendous, and protection that they give you because it worked back and forward. That balance isn't quite there at the moment.
It's always the hardest thing, replacing the great players.
Got another couple of old greats now from the past of Liverpool and Manchester United. Alan Kennedy and Mickey Thomas are with Ivan Gaskell.
Thanks for coming down, boys. I know it's a long way from the press room. Alan, first of all, you've played in a few of these games. How does this one rate for you?
It's a very good game. It's a typical cup tie. It's 100-mile-an-hour stuff. No players allowed to settle on the ball. But at the moment, Liverpool have the vital goal and are defending very, very well. So I don't expect any changes in the second half.
The first tackle on Gary Neville timed just under 3 minutes, Mickey. He'd expect nothing less. But from a Manchester United perspective, what have they got to do better in this second half now?
Well, I think we have to commit more in midfield. I think we're lacking that at the moment. I think Liverpool in command there. I think we can get a grip of that, maybe. We can get a goal. I think down that left-hand side with Ronaldo on the ball, he's going to be the major threat for us. But we have to compete in that midfield area. That's been a problem for us.
I was talking to Stephen Gerrard before the game. I said, why is there such a rivalry? He says, Scousers just don't like Mancunians. I mean, well, you two get on all right, don't you?
Yeah, we work together.
Yeah.
We work together, but it is. Of course, it's the biggest rivalry in football. And, we want to do what Manchester United did in the 90s and win titles and things like that. But it's a tough game. It's a cup tie. We want to get through to the next round, and as do Man United. So they'll be out for the second half.
It's almost a century since Liverpool beat United in the
Thank
cup.
you.
It predates even you two, I think.
It does. 1921. We've been told by a lot of the Mancunian followers. But it's a long time. But we're still only halfway. We're still there. We're still a long way to go. I'm sure Man United will make the changes necessary. But I still think Liverpool is strong enough to win the game.
I think you've both got work to do in the second half yourselves upstairs, haven't you?
We've got to go, yeah. But I think we're still in the game at 1 and we've still got an opportunity.
I've got to say the last word, not you. Okay, this time? Okay, is that all right?
Gents, thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
We've got enough last word freaks.
They're all last word freaks.
Ian, do you think Manchester United are a bit like Arsenal going through a transitional phase?
Well, yeah, I think they are, because anyone could obviously see Arsenal are going through a transitional period at the moment. That's why it's not going so well for us. But I do feel that with Man United, all seriousness aside, the players, even Paddy mentioned, in the past, they haven't got one of those at the moment. Of course, they got Wayne Rooney and Van Nistelrooy will score goals, but they're just going through that period where they need to build it back up again, and they need to do it quick. Otherwise, Chelsea are just going to leave everybody behind.
Well, Manchester United is certainly going for it. They're making a change. Sahar is coming on for Silvestre. That suggests...
Suggests what?
Sahar's playing left back.
But we thought they might have replaced somebody in the middle of the park, but we're interested to see how they line up. But obviously, they're going to have a go.
Sylvester's got a knock apparently, but it's, I mean, he's still a forward for a defender.
Well,
It is,
again, they've
yeah,
still got to get the
it
ball.
is. I mean, I'm just wondering how they're going to set up there now in the second half. Who's going to fill in for Sylvester?
Well, he has played
Richardson's
Sahar and
Richardson's played left back before. So
You're right. He's started off the season.
They might bring Ronaldo on this half as well. So Richardson go left back, Ronaldo go left wing.
Do you think the hairdryer might have been out at half time, Gary?
Oh.
I think he'll certainly be asking for more from his players the second half. I think they were, you know, I mean, they're all over the park. Middlesbrough pressed United. They didn't give them time on the ball. They've got to start doing the same to Liverpool.
The biggest surprise of all this is that Ruud van Nistelrooy, 2 trophies in 5 years, and that would sum it all up.
Good
Okay,
point.
let's rejoin our commentary team. Mark Lawrenson and John Motson.
Thank you very much, Gary. I would have suggested that maybe Richardson would go to left back and make way for Sahar further forward.